The Law of Divine Oneness. Embracing Interconnection. Written and published by Ciro Irmici. Feel free to subscribe for more content. Now let's get into the book. Introduction. Understanding the essence of divine oneness. In the vast expanse of the universe, there is a truth so fundamental, yet often overlooked. Everything is interconnected. The law of divine oneness is the foundation upon which all other universal laws rest. It speaks to the profound truth that we are all part of the same cosmic fabric, woven together by unseen threads that unite not just humans, but all living beings, nature, energy, and even the stars themselves. To truly understand the law of divine oneness is to recognize that separation is an illusion. What we do, say, and even think sends ripples throughout the universe, influencing the world around us in ways we often cannot see. The actions of a single person, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem, have the power to touch the lives of many. This is the beauty and power of oneness. Nothing exists in isolation. In this book, we will explore this profound law in depth, revealing how it can transform the way we see ourselves, our relationships, and the world. We will discuss how modern science, ancient spiritual teachings, and personal experiences all point to this unifying principle. But more than that, we will explore how understanding and embracing this law can lead to a life of deeper connection, compassion, and purpose. You may have experienced glimpses of oneness in your own life. Perhaps in moments of quiet reflection, when gazing up at the stars, or during deep conversations with loved ones. These are the moments when the veil of separation lifts, and we see things as they truly are, interconnected, whole, and beautiful. This book will help you to cultivate those moments, expanding them into your everyday life so that you can live in constant awareness of the unity that binds us all. Through the following chapters, you will learn how to break free from the illusion of isolation and embrace the knowledge that we are all part of something far greater than ourselves. From the way we relate to nature, to how we build relationships with others, to our own spiritual journey, the law of divine oneness permeates all aspects of existence. At its core, this law teaches us that we are never truly alone. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions contribute to the whole of existence, and what we give to the universe is returned to us in unexpected ways. The more we align with this truth, the more we can manifest lives filled with meaning, joy, and abundance. Lives that resonate with the harmony of the universe. As you read through this book, I invite you to keep an open heart and mind. Allow yourself to feel the connection to everything around you. Reflect on how your actions, no matter how small, impact the world. By the end, you will have a deeper understanding of how embracing oneness can lead to a more fulfilling life, not just for you but for all. Chapter 1. The Web of Life. Imagine for a moment that the entire universe is like an intricate web, a vast and endless network where every thread is connected. If you touch one part of the web, it ripples throughout the whole structure, no matter how distant or hidden the threads may seem. This is the essence of the law of divine oneness. Everything in existence, from the smallest particle to the grandest star, is interconnected. Exploring the interconnectedness of all things. At first glance, it may feel like we live in a world of separate entities, individuals walking their own paths, distinct objects existing independently of one another. Yet, beneath the surface of this perception, everything is bound together by unseen forces. The cells in your body, the energy in your surroundings, the actions of people halfway across the globe, all of these are intertwined in ways we cannot always see or comprehend. This interconnection is not just philosophical but deeply scientific. Quantum physics has begun to shed light on the idea that everything in the universe is connected through energy and information. Particles that are billions of light years apart can influence one another in an instant, a phenomenon known as quantum entanglement. What science is now revealing has been a fundamental truth in many spiritual traditions for thousands of years. We are all connected. The ripple effect, how your thoughts and actions influence the world. If everything is connected, then every thought, action, and word you express sends ripples through this web of life. Just as a pebble creates waves when it's dropped into water, your energy and actions have a broader impact than you might think. This ripple effect is one of the most powerful aspects of the law of divine oneness. It suggests that what you do matters not just for you but for everyone and everything around you. Consider a simple smile. When you smile at someone, it often prompts them to smile back. This small act may brighten their day, making them more likely to spread that positive energy to others. On the flip side, a moment of anger or frustration can have the opposite effect, potentially leading to a chain reaction of negative emotions in those around you. These small, everyday moments of interaction are part of the grand web of life, constantly shifting and shaping the energy we share. But it's not just actions that create ripples. Your thoughts and emotions are just as powerful. The energy you emit, even when not spoken or acted upon, affects the world. This is why it's so important to cultivate positive, constructive thoughts and emotions. When you consciously raise your vibration by focusing on kindness, love, and compassion, you are contributing to the upliftment of the entire universe. Quantum physics and spirituality, the science behind oneness. The discovery of quantum entanglement provides a scientific framework for the understanding of oneness. In simple terms, this phenomenon reveals that once particles interact, they remain connected, regardless of the distance that separates them. This mirrors the spiritual concept of divine oneness. Once we are created, we remain intrinsically connected to everything else in the universe. In a practical sense, this means that what we think and do has consequences far beyond what we can see. It underscores the importance of being mindful of our intentions, our energy, and our actions. In many spiritual teachings, this is why mindfulness is emphasized. By being fully present in the moment and conscious of our actions, we can align with the highest good for ourselves and others. A shift in perspective. Seeing life through the lens of oneness. When we begin to understand life through the lens of divine oneness, our perspective shifts. No longer do we see ourselves as separate, isolated beings, but as part of a much larger, interconnected whole. This realization brings both responsibility and empowerment. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, and that our actions, no matter how small, have meaning and impact. For example, when we look at environmental issues through the lens of oneness, we realize that harm done to the planet is harm done to ourselves. Polluting the air or the water is not just an isolated problem out there. It directly affects the entire ecosystem, including humanity. Likewise, caring for the earth and making sustainable choices benefits not only the environment but also the health and well-being of all living creatures, including ourselves. On a personal level, embracing this perspective helps us cultivate deeper empathy and compassion for others. When we understand that everyone we meet is connected to us in some way, it becomes easier to approach people with kindness, patience, and understanding. This shift in perspective transforms not only how we see the world but also how we interact with it. Practical application. Living with awareness of the web of life. So how can we live in greater alignment with the law of divine oneness? It starts with awareness. Begin to notice the subtle connections in your daily life, how your mood affects those around you, how small acts of kindness ripple through your community, or how your thoughts shape your experiences. Here are a few practical steps to integrate the law of divine oneness into your life. 1. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Be mindful of how they impact the energy around you and others. 2. Cultivate compassion. Approach others with empathy, understanding that their experiences, joys, and struggles are connected to yours. 3. Acknowledge the impact of small actions. Whether it's a smile, a helping hand, or a kind word, recognize the power of small, positive actions to create ripples of good in the world. 4. Connect with nature. Spend time in nature to remind yourself of the interconnectedness of all living things. Observe how each element in an ecosystem depends on the others for balance and survival. 5. Meditate on oneness. Spend a few minutes each day in quiet meditation, focusing on the feeling of connection to the universe. Visualize yourself as part of the greater whole, linked to everything by invisible threads of energy. Understanding and embracing the law of divine oneness opens the door to living a life of deeper purpose and connection. As you continue this journey, you will begin to see the world in a new light, one where every interaction, every moment, and every breath is part of the beautiful web of life. Chapter 2. Consciousness and Collective Energy. We often think of ourselves as individuals, each with our own thoughts, emotions, and personal experiences. But beneath this individuality lies a profound connection, a shared collective consciousness that links all beings. The law of divine oneness teaches us that our minds and energy fields are not isolated. They are deeply intertwined with the collective energy of the universe. Understanding this truth allows us to tap into a source of infinite potential and wisdom that transcends our individual experiences. The collective consciousness explained. The concept of collective consciousness is rooted in both spiritual teachings and modern psychology. In spirituality, it refers to the idea that all human beings, and indeed all living creatures, are part of a unified field of consciousness. This means that at a deeper level, our thoughts, feelings, and experiences are connected, influencing and being influenced by the thoughts and actions of others. Psychologically, this idea has been explored through the work of thinkers like Carl Jung, who introduced the concept of the collective unconscious. Jung suggested that humanity shares a set of experiences, symbols, and archetypes that influence our behavior and understanding of the world. This collective knowledge resides deep within us, shaping our perceptions and responses without us always being aware of it. From a metaphysical standpoint, the collective consciousness goes beyond shared symbols or archetypes. It suggests that every thought or intention put out into the universe contributes to a larger pool of energy that affects all living things. This means that your individual consciousness is always interacting with the collective, even if you are not consciously aware of it. Understanding this connection gives us the power to not only influence our own lives but also contribute positively to the world at large. Tapping into universal energy for personal growth. Once we begin to understand that our consciousness is linked to the greater whole, we can start to harness this energy for personal growth and transformation. By aligning our individual thoughts and actions with the collective good, we create a powerful synergy that elevates both ourselves and the world around us. Tapping into this universal energy begins with mindfulness and intention. When we recognize that our thoughts and emotions have an impact beyond ourselves, we become more aware of the type of energy we are contributing to the collective. This awareness encourages us to focus on positive, loving, and compassionate thoughts that uplift both ourselves and others. Meditation is a powerful tool for tapping into the collective consciousness. When we meditate, we quiet our individual mind and allow ourselves to connect with the broader field of universal energy. In these moments of stillness, we can access wisdom and guidance that may not be available through our conscious mind alone. By regularly connecting to this source, we can gain insights, clarity, and inspiration that help us navigate our personal journey with greater ease and understanding. Another way to tap into collective energy is through acts of service and kindness. When we give of ourselves, whether through volunteering, helping others, or simply showing kindness, we raise the vibrational energy of the collective. These actions may seem small on their own, but when added to the cumulative energy of others doing good in the world, they contribute to a powerful force for positive change. How your energy contributes to the whole. Every thought, emotion, and action you express contributes to the energetic makeup of the world around you. Imagine your mind and body as a radio tower, constantly emitting frequencies into the universe. These frequencies, whether high or low, join the collective energy field, influencing the overall vibration of the planet. When you are in a state of love, joy, and gratitude, you emit a high-frequency vibration that adds positive energy to the collective consciousness. On the other hand, when you dwell in anger, fear, or resentment, your vibration lowers, contributing to the denser, negative energy that can permeate the world. The law of divine oneness reminds us that every vibration, no matter how seemingly small or personal, has a ripple effect on the collective. This is why it's so important to cultivate awareness around the energy you bring into the world. If you want to see more kindness, compassion, and peace in the world, it starts with you. By consciously choosing to elevate your own energy, you become a beacon of light, inspiring others to do the same. This is how we create a better world, not through grand gestures or sweeping changes, but through the daily practice of raising our individual vibration for the collective good. The power of collective intentions. One of the most profound ways we can harness the law of divine oneness is by coming together with others to set collective intentions. When a group of people focuses their thoughts and energy on a shared goal, the power of that intention is amplified exponentially. This is the principle behind group meditations, prayer circles, and global healing events. The combined energy of many individuals working toward the same outcome can create powerful shifts, not only in the lives of those involved but also in the world at large. Scientific studies have shown that when groups of people meditate or pray with the intention of peace, there are measurable decreases in crime rates and violence in the surrounding areas. This phenomenon, known as the Maharishi effect, demonstrates the tangible impact of collective consciousness on the physical world. It also shows us that by aligning our energy with others, we can bring about real, positive change. Imagine the potential if more people came together with the shared intention of healing the planet, ending suffering, or creating a world of compassion and understanding. The power of collective consciousness is not limited by time or space. When we focus our energy on a common goal, we tap into the infinite potential of the universe, and anything becomes possible. Practical application: raising your vibration for the collective good. Living in alignment with the law of divine oneness means being aware of how your energy contributes to the whole and taking steps to raise your vibration for the collective good. Here are some ways to put this into practice. 1. Mindful thinking. Regularly check in with your thoughts and emotions. Are they contributing to the collective energy in a positive way? If not, gently redirect your focus toward thoughts of love, compassion, and gratitude. 2. Daily meditation. Spend time each day in quiet meditation, focusing on raising your vibration. Visualize yourself connected to the collective consciousness, contributing to a pool of love and positive energy that benefits all beings. 3. Intentional acts of kindness. Perform small acts of kindness each day, whether it's offering a smile, a helping hand, or a word of encouragement. Remember, even small actions have a ripple effect on the collective energy. 4. Group intentions. Join or create a group where you can meditate, pray, or set positive intentions together. Whether in person or virtually, coming together with others amplifies the power of your intentions and contributes to global healing. 5. Gratitude practice. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can emit. By cultivating a daily gratitude practice, you raise your own energy and positively influence the collective consciousness. By understanding and aligning with the collective consciousness, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities. We become co-creators in a universe that is not only interconnected but also infinitely abundant. As you move through your day, remember that every thought, action, and emotion contributes to the collective energy of the world. By raising your own vibration, you play an essential role in elevating the consciousness of all beings. Chapter 3. Breaking the illusion of separation. One of the most pervasive challenges in human experience is the feeling of being separate from others and the world around us. We often perceive ourselves as individuals, disconnected from the broader flow of life. This illusion of separation can lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and misunderstanding. However, the law of divine oneness teaches us that this sense of separation is just that, an illusion. In reality, we are all intimately connected, not only to each other but also to every living being in the universe itself. Why we feel disconnected. The illusion of separation stems from the way we experience life. From a young age, we are taught to view ourselves as individuals with personal goals, desires, and challenges. We see ourselves as distinct entities, walking our own paths, often in competition with others. Society reinforces this by emphasizing individual success, self-reliance, and independence as virtues. While there is value in personal growth and responsibility, this focus on individuality can overshadow the deeper truth of our interconnectedness. Our modern world, with its fast-paced, technology-driven lifestyles, also contributes to this disconnection. Despite being more connected than ever through social media and communication technologies, many people feel more isolated. Relationships often become shallow or transactional, and time spent in nature or deep reflection becomes a rarity. This constant distraction from the present moment prevents us from truly experiencing the oneness that exists around us. The ego, too, plays a significant role in maintaining this illusion. The ego is the part of us that identifies with the self as separate from others. It seeks to protect and elevate itself, often by creating divisions between us and them. This sense of separation is further reinforced by the fear of vulnerability, as opening ourselves up to others can feel risky in a world that often prizes self-preservation over collective harmony. Overcoming ego and the illusion of individuality. To break free from the illusion of separation, we must first understand the role of the ego in our lives. The ego isn't inherently bad. It helps us navigate the world, build confidence, and protect ourselves when necessary. However, when the ego dominates our thinking, it reinforces the idea that we are separate from others, leading to feelings of isolation and disconnection. The key to overcoming this illusion lies in quieting the ego and recognizing the greater reality of oneness. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and self-inquiry can help you observe the ego's thoughts and fears without becoming attached to them. As you develop this awareness, you begin to see that the ego's sense of individuality is not the ultimate truth. It is simply a lens through which we view the world. One effective way to shift away from ego-centered thinking is to cultivate a sense of humility and gratitude. When we recognize that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, the ego naturally begins to quiet down. Humility allows us to see the beauty and value in others without feeling the need to elevate ourselves above them. Gratitude helps us appreciate the interconnectedness of life, reinforcing the idea that we are all part of the same universal web. Steps to reconnect with the universal source. Reconnecting with the universal source, or the divine energy that flows through all things, requires us to move beyond the ego and embrace the truth of oneness. Here are some practical steps to help you break the illusion of separation and deepen your connection with the universe. 1. Practice presence. Being fully present in the moment allows you to experience life as it truly is, interconnected and whole. When you focus on the present, you quiet the mind's chatter and the ego's tendency to create division. Try to engage in activities that bring you fully into the moment, whether through mindfulness, nature walks, or deep breathing exercises. 2. Cultivate empathy. Empathy is the bridge that connects us to others on a deep level. By placing yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding their feelings, you dissolve the barriers between you and them. This helps to break down the illusion of separation and fosters a sense of unity. Practicing empathy can be as simple as actively listening to others without judgment or making an effort to understand their struggles and joys. 3. Engage in spiritual practices. Spiritual practices like meditation, prayer, or yoga can help you connect with the universal energy that flows through all things. These practices allow you to quiet the ego and experience a deeper sense of connection to the divine. Regularly dedicating time to spiritual practice can shift your perspective from one of separation to one of unity and oneness. 4. Recognize the divine in others. One of the most powerful ways to break the illusion of separation is to consciously see the divine in every person you encounter. This can be challenging, especially when dealing with difficult people or situations, but it is a transformative practice. By acknowledging the divine spark in everyone, you remind yourself of the fundamental oneness that underlies all existence. 5. Spend time in nature. Nature is one of the clearest expressions of the law of divine oneness. In the natural world, everything exists in perfect harmony, each element contributing to the balance of the whole. Spending time in nature can help you reconnect with this oneness, reminding you that you are part of a larger ecosystem. Observe how the trees, animals, water, and air all interact in a symbiotic relationship. This is a mirror of the interconnectedness of all life. The power of community and shared experience. One of the most tangible ways to experience oneness is through community and shared experiences. Humans are inherently social creatures, and we thrive when we feel connected to others. Participating in communal activities, whether it's a shared meal, a group meditation, or volunteering for a cause, can create powerful moments of connection that remind us of our shared humanity. When we come together in community, we tap into a collective energy that amplifies the sense of oneness. Whether you are connecting with friends, family, or a spiritual group, these experiences reinforce the truth that we are not alone. The more we engage in these shared experiences, the more we can break free from the illusion of separation and embrace the interconnectedness that defines us. Releasing fear and judgment. Fear and judgment are two of the primary barriers that keep us locked in the illusion of separation. We often judge others as different or less than, and this creates division. Fear, too, plays a role in reinforcing separation. Fear of being vulnerable, fear of being hurt, or fear of the unknown. Breaking the illusion of separation requires us to release these fears and judgments. This doesn't mean that we have to agree with everyone or accept harmful behavior, but it does mean approaching others with an open heart. When we let go of fear and judgment, we allow space for compassion and understanding to take their place. One powerful practice is self-compassion. Often, our judgments of others are rooted in the judgments we have about ourselves. By learning to be kind and forgiving to yourself, you create the foundation for extending that same kindness to others. Self-compassion helps to dissolve the ego's need to separate and protect, opening the door to greater connection with those around you. Practical application: living beyond separation. To live beyond the illusion of separation, you must make a conscious choice to see the world differently. Here are a few practices to help you embody the law of divine oneness in your daily life. 1. Daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on how you interacted with others. Were there moments where you felt disconnected or judgmental? Were there moments where you felt a deep sense of connection? Reflect on these experiences and how you can cultivate more moments of oneness. 2. Random acts of kindness. Engage in small acts of kindness without expecting anything in return. Whether it's holding the door for someone, offering a compliment, or helping a stranger, these acts reinforce the idea that we are all part of the same universal family. 3. Release judgments. When you find yourself judging someone, take a moment to pause and reflect on where that judgment is coming from. Ask yourself how you can replace judgment with compassion or understanding. This practice will help to dissolve the barriers between you and others. 4. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for breaking the illusion of separation. When we hold on to anger or resentment, we create walls between ourselves and others. By forgiving, we release the energy of separation and open ourselves to healing and connection. As you continue to explore the law of divine oneness, remember that the illusion of separation is just that, an illusion. Beneath the surface, we are all connected, woven together in the beautiful, intricate web of life. By breaking free from this illusion, you open yourself to a life of deeper meaning, purpose, and connection to all that is. Chapter 4. Oneness in Nature. Nature, in all its beauty and complexity, is one of the most profound reflections of the law of divine oneness. Every element of the natural world, from the smallest microorganism to the tallest tree, is part of a delicate, interconnected system. Each piece plays its role in maintaining the balance of life, and when we observe nature with an open heart and mind, we can see the divine oneness that exists within it. In this chapter, we will explore how nature embodies the principles of oneness and how we, as part of that natural world, can reconnect with this deeper truth. Lessons from the natural world. In nature, everything works in harmony. There is no competition for dominance, only a continuous cycle of give and take that maintains balance and sustains life. Trees provide oxygen, animals contribute to the health of ecosystems, and even the smallest insects play a vital role in the food chain. Every species, whether plant or animal, is part of a larger, interdependent system. This natural balance is a powerful reminder that no being exists in isolation. Everything is connected, and each part of the system relies on the others to thrive. A tree cannot grow without sunlight, water, and the nutrients provided by the soil, just as a bee cannot survive without flowers to pollinate. The cycle of life is a dance of oneness, with each participant contributing to the whole. Nature also shows us the cyclical nature of existence. The seasons change, plants grow and die, and ecosystems evolve over time. This continuous cycle of growth, decay, and renewal reflects the divine rhythm of the universe, a rhythm that we, as human beings, are also a part of. By observing and aligning ourselves with the natural world, we can better understand the flow of life and our place within it. Ecosystems and the interdependence of life. Ecosystems are one of the clearest examples of the law of divine oneness in action. In an ecosystem, every organism, no matter how small, plays an essential role in maintaining balance. A forest, for instance, is not just a collection of trees, it is a living, breathing system where plants, animals, microorganisms, and even the soil and water are interconnected. In a healthy ecosystem, each part supports the others. Trees provide shelter and food for animals, animals help disperse seeds and pollinate plants, and microorganisms break down organic matter to enrich the soil. When one part of the ecosystem is damaged or removed, it disrupts the entire system. This interdependence reminds us that nothing in nature exists in isolation. Everything is part of a larger, interconnected web of life. The same principle applies to our own lives. Just as an ecosystem thrives when its parts are in balance, we thrive when we recognize our connection to the world around us. Whether it's through our relationships with others, our work, or our connection to the natural world, we are part of a larger system that supports and sustains us. When we harm the environment or disconnect from others, we disrupt the balance, not only in nature but in our own lives as well. Cultivating awareness of your connection to nature. One of the simplest ways to reconnect with the law of divine oneness is by spending time in nature. In the modern world, it is easy to feel disconnected from the natural world, especially when we spend most of our time indoors or in urban environments. However, nature is always there, waiting to remind us of our connection to the greater whole. When you spend time in nature, whether walking in the woods, sitting by the ocean, or simply tending to a garden, you can feel the flow of life all around you. The rustling of the leaves, the sound of birds, the scent of fresh earth, all of these sensations bring you back to the present moment and remind you of your place in the web of life. To cultivate a deeper awareness of your connection to nature, try these practices. 1. Mindful observation. When you spend time in nature, take a few moments to simply observe without judgment. Notice the details, the way the light filters through the trees, the texture of the leaves, the sounds of insects and birds. This practice helps you attune to the subtle rhythms of the natural world and brings you into a state of presence. 2. Grounding techniques. Grounding or earthing is a practice that involves connecting physically with the earth by walking barefoot on soil, grass, or sand. This simple act can help you reconnect with the natural world and restore a sense of balance and calm. Grounding allows you to feel the direct energy of the earth, reminding you of your connection to all living things. 3. Gardening and caretaking. If you have the opportunity, gardening or caring for plants can be a deeply rewarding way to cultivate a sense of oneness with nature. Tending to plants encourages patience, care, and an understanding of the delicate balance needed for life to thrive. It also provides a direct connection to the cycles of growth and renewal that are central to the law of divine oneness. 4. Nature meditation. Find a quiet spot in nature, sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus on your breath and the sounds of the natural world around you. As you meditate, imagine yourself as part of the landscape. Feel the wind, hear the rustle of leaves, and sense the earth beneath you. This practice helps dissolve the illusion of separation and brings you into alignment with the natural flow of life. Nature as a teacher of unity and cooperation. Beyond its physical beauty, nature offers powerful lessons in unity and cooperation. In the animal kingdom, species often work together for mutual benefit. Birds and insects pollinate flowers, wolves hunt in packs to provide food for the group, and even predators play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems by controlling prey populations. These examples of cooperation demonstrate that survival and flourishing in the natural world are not achieved through isolation or competition but through collaboration and interdependence. Nature teaches us that when we work together and support one another, we all thrive. This lesson applies not only to ecosystems but also to human relationships and communities. When we approach life with the understanding that we are all interconnected, we are more likely to act with kindness, compassion, and generosity. Instead of competing for resources or power, we can learn to cooperate, knowing that what benefits one ultimately benefits all. This shift in perspective fosters a sense of unity and encourages us to contribute to the well-being of the collective. Environmental stewardship and oneness. Recognizing the oneness of nature also comes with a responsibility, the responsibility to care for the environment. The natural world provides us with everything we need to survive: air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat. And yet, as a species, we have often neglected or exploited these resources without considering the long-term consequences. Environmental stewardship is an essential part of living in alignment with the law of divine oneness. When we harm the environment, we harm ourselves, for we are not separate from the natural world, we are a part of it. Pollution, deforestation, and climate change disrupt the balance of ecosystems, threatening the health and survival of all living beings. To live in harmony with nature, we must take steps to protect and preserve it. This might involve making more sustainable choices in our daily lives, supporting conservation efforts, or simply being more mindful of our impact on the environment. By caring for the earth, we honor the interconnectedness of all life and ensure that future generations can continue to benefit from the beauty and abundance of the natural world. Practical application: deepening your connection to nature. Here are a few ways to deepen your connection to nature and embody the law of divine oneness. 1. Regular nature walks. Make a habit of spending time in nature, whether it's a walk in the park, a hike in the mountains, or a visit to the beach. Use this time to reflect on your connection to the natural world and appreciate the beauty and harmony that surrounds you. 2. Support environmental causes. Take action to protect the environment by supporting organizations that work to preserve natural habitats, combat climate change, and promote sustainability. Even small efforts like reducing waste or conserving water contribute to the health of the planet. 3. Practice gratitude for nature's gifts. Each day, take a moment to express gratitude for the natural resources that sustain you: fresh air, clean water, nourishing food. This practice fosters a deeper appreciation for the earth and reinforces your connection to the natural world. 4. Educate yourself and others. Learn about the ecosystems in your local area and the role each species plays in maintaining balance. Share this knowledge with others to raise awareness of the importance of environmental stewardship and the interconnectedness of life. Nature offers us a profound reminder of the law of divine oneness. Everything is connected, and we are part of that connection. By cultivating a deeper relationship with the natural world, we not only enrich our own lives but also contribute to the health and harmony of the planet. In nature's balance and beauty, we find the ultimate reflection of the oneness that binds all things. Chapter 5. Oneness in Relationships. Human relationships are among the most powerful expressions of the law of divine oneness. Through our interactions with others, we experience connection, love, understanding, and sometimes conflict. While we often perceive ourselves as separate individuals in our relationships, the deeper truth is that we are all energetically connected. The relationships we form, whether with family, friends, partners, or strangers, are a reflection of our inner state and the broader web of life in which we are all entwined. In this chapter, we'll explore how understanding the law of divine oneness can transform the way we relate to others, fostering deeper connections, empathy, and healing in our relationships. How the law of divine oneness shapes human connections. The law of divine oneness teaches us that all of our relationships are mirrors, reflecting back to us aspects of ourselves, our thoughts, and our energy. Every interaction we have with another person is an opportunity to recognize the divine in them and, by extension, in ourselves. When we approach relationships with this understanding, we can transform even the most challenging interactions into opportunities for growth and healing. Because we are all energetically connected, the way we treat others ultimately affects us. Acts of kindness, compassion, and love not only elevate the energy of the person receiving them but also raise our own vibration. On the other hand, when we approach relationships with anger, judgment, or resentment, we create energetic separation and discord, which can lead to emotional and spiritual disconnection. By aligning with the law of divine oneness, we begin to see every person as an extension of ourselves. This doesn't mean we lose our individuality, but rather that we recognize the shared essence within all beings. Whether we are interacting with a loved one, a colleague, or a stranger, we can choose to engage with them from a place of unity, understanding that we are all part of the same universal consciousness. Empathy, compassion, and the power of shared experiences. One of the most profound ways to embody the law of divine oneness in relationships is through empathy and compassion. Empathy allows us to understand and feel the emotions of others as if they were our own, while compassion moves us to offer kindness and support to those in need. These qualities are natural extensions of oneness because they dissolve the barriers between us and others, creating a deep sense of connection. Empathy can be cultivated by consciously tuning into the experiences and emotions of others. When someone shares their feelings or challenges with you, instead of reacting with judgment or advice, try to simply listen and imagine how they might be feeling. This act of deep listening is a form of emotional presence that bridges the gap between people, allowing both parties to feel more connected. Compassion, on the other hand, is empathy in action. It goes beyond simply understanding someone's pain or joy and moves us to act in a way that alleviates suffering or enhances happiness. Compassionate actions don't have to be grand gestures. They can be as simple as offering a kind word, a hug, or a listening ear. When we practice compassion, we contribute to the collective well-being of humanity, reinforcing the interconnectedness that the law of divine oneness embodies. Shared experiences also play a crucial role in building empathy and compassion. When we experience something together with others, whether it's joy, grief, success, or failure, we create a bond that transcends individuality. These shared moments remind us that, despite our differences, we are all part of the same human experience. By embracing this truth, we can cultivate deeper, more meaningful connections with the people in our lives. Healing relationships through the understanding of oneness. Relationships, whether personal or professional, are not always easy. Conflict, misunderstanding, and emotional wounds are common experiences. But when viewed through the lens of oneness, these challenges become opportunities for growth and healing. Many relationship issues stem from the illusion of separation. We see ourselves as separate from others, and this can lead to miscommunication, defensiveness, or emotional withdrawal. When we feel disconnected, it's easier to fall into patterns of blame, judgment, or resentment. But by embracing the law of divine oneness, we can begin to see the underlying unity in all relationships and approach conflicts with a more compassionate and understanding heart. Healing a relationship begins with shifting your perspective. Instead of viewing the other person as the cause of your pain or frustration, recognize that they are a mirror reflecting aspects of your own consciousness. This doesn't mean you are to blame for their actions, but it does mean that how you respond to the situation is within your control. By taking responsibility for your own energy and actions, you can begin to heal the wounds that may have caused the disconnection. Here are some practical steps to heal relationships through the lens of oneness. 1. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing relationships. Holding on to anger or resentment creates energetic separation and keeps both parties trapped in a cycle of pain. When you forgive, you release the need to hold on to negative energy and open the door to healing and reconciliation. Remember, forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, it's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of the past. 2. Communicate with compassion. Clear, compassionate communication is essential for healing relationships. When addressing a conflict or misunderstanding, speak from a place of love and empathy. Instead of blaming or criticizing, express how you feel and what you need in a way that respects both your own feelings and the feelings of the other person. 3. Recognize the divine in the other. One of the most transformative practices in healing relationships is to consciously recognize the divine spark in the other person. This can be especially challenging in difficult relationships, but when you remember that they, too, are an expression of the divine, it becomes easier to approach them with compassion and understanding. 4. Take responsibility for your energy. Healing begins within. If you want to create a more harmonious relationship, start by examining your own thoughts, emotions, and actions. Are you contributing to the conflict through negative energy or judgment? By taking responsibility for your part in the relationship dynamic, you can shift the energy and open the path to healing. Creating conscious relationships. A conscious relationship is one that is built on a foundation of mutual respect, understanding, and the recognition of oneness. In a conscious relationship, both parties are committed to personal growth and to supporting each other on their individual and collective journeys. These relationships are not free from challenges, but they are characterized by a willingness to grow together, learn from each other, and resolve conflicts in a constructive and loving way. To create conscious relationships, it's important to practice the following. 1. Be present. In any relationship, being fully present with the other person is essential. This means listening with your whole heart, without distractions or judgment. When you are fully present, you create a space for deeper connection and understanding. 2. Honor each other's individuality. While oneness teaches us that we are all connected, it's also important to honor the individuality of each person. A conscious relationship respects the unique journey of each person while recognizing the shared connection that unites them. 3. Support each other's growth. In a conscious relationship, both individuals are committed to personal growth and to supporting each other's evolution. This means encouraging each other's dreams, offering support during challenges, and celebrating each other's successes. 4. Practice non-attachment. Non-attachment doesn't mean you don't care about the relationship. It means you release the need to control or cling to a particular outcome. By practicing non-attachment, you create space for the relationship to evolve naturally and in alignment with the highest good for both individuals. Practical application. Embodying oneness in your relationships. Here are some simple yet powerful practices to help you embody the law of divine oneness in your relationships. 1. Daily acts of kindness. Make a habit of performing small acts of kindness for the people in your life. Whether it's offering a compliment, helping with a task, or simply being there to listen, these gestures reinforce the connection you share with others. 2. Mindful communication. Practice mindful communication by listening fully when others are speaking and expressing yourself with clarity and compassion. Avoid interrupting, judging, or reacting impulsively. This allows for more harmonious and authentic connections. 3. Meditate on oneness. Spend time each day in meditation focusing on the oneness that exists between you and others. Visualize yourself connected to the people in your life through a web of light, and send loving energy to them during your meditation. 4. Practice gratitude for relationships. Take a moment each day to reflect on the relationships in your life and express gratitude for the people who support, challenge, and love you. This practice fosters a deeper appreciation for the connections you share and strengthens the bonds of oneness. By embracing the law of divine oneness in your relationships, you can create deeper, more meaningful connections with others. When we recognize that we are all part of the same universal energy, we can approach our relationships with compassion, empathy, and love, fostering unity and harmony in our lives and in the world around us. Chapter 6. The Spiritual Path to Unity. The journey toward understanding and embracing the law of divine oneness is a spiritual one. As we deepen our awareness of this universal truth, we come to recognize that our spiritual path is not an isolated pursuit, but rather a process of aligning with the collective energy of the universe. This chapter will explore how spiritual practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and devotion can help us cultivate a deeper sense of unity with the divine, with ourselves, and with others. How spiritual practices deepen your connection to oneness. Spiritual practices are powerful tools for awakening to the truth of oneness. They help us quiet the mind, dissolve the ego, and open our hearts to the reality that we are all connected. Whether through meditation, prayer, or mindful living, spiritual practices provide a pathway to experiencing divine oneness directly. One of the most profound aspects of spiritual practice is that it allows us to transcend the illusion of separation. When we meditate, for example, we let go of the thoughts, fears, and distractions that create a sense of isolation. In this state of stillness, we become more attuned to the flow of universal energy, feeling a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. Similarly, mindfulness helps us recognize the interconnectedness of our experiences. By paying attention to the present moment without judgment, we begin to see the intricate web of cause and effect that links all things. The more mindful we become, the more we realize that every action, thought, and feeling contributes to the collective consciousness. Prayer and devotion also play a vital role in deepening our sense of oneness. When we pray or offer devotion, we acknowledge the divine presence that exists within and around us. This act of surrender helps dissolve the boundaries between self and other, allowing us to experience unity with the divine source. In moments of deep prayer or devotion, we may even feel as though we are merging with the divine, experiencing oneness in its purest form. Meditation, mindfulness, and the divine source. Meditation is perhaps the most well-known spiritual practice for connecting with oneness. By sitting in stillness and focusing on our breath, a mantra, or simply the present moment, we can quiet the mind and enter a state of expanded awareness. In this state, the illusion of separation begins to dissolve, and we can feel the flow of life and energy that connects all beings. There are many forms of meditation, but for the purpose of deepening your connection to oneness, here are two powerful techniques. 1. Loving-kindness meditation. This meditation focuses on generating feelings of love and compassion for yourself, others, and all living beings. Begin by directing loving-kindness toward yourself, then gradually extend these feelings outward, imagining them enveloping family, friends, strangers, and finally the entire world. This practice helps you recognize the shared humanity and divine essence within everyone. 2. Non-duality meditation. Non-duality, or advaita, is a spiritual philosophy that teaches there is no separation between the individual self and the divine. In non-dual meditation, you focus on the experience of oneness by contemplating the idea that you are not separate from the world around you. As you meditate, you allow yourself to feel the interconnectedness of all things, letting go of any sense of being distinct or isolated. Mindfulness is another essential practice for embodying the law of divine oneness. When we practice mindfulness, we bring our full awareness to the present moment, observing our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. This awareness helps us recognize the subtle ways in which we are interconnected with the world. For example, when we are mindful of our breath, we realize that the air we breathe is shared with all living beings, a simple but profound reminder of our connection to the greater whole. Both meditation and mindfulness open the door to experiencing the divine source, the universal energy that flows through all things. This source is not separate from us. It is the very essence of who we are. By cultivating these practices, we begin to experience the divine not as something out there, but as a living presence within ourselves and every being we encounter. Recognizing the divine in every being. One of the most transformative aspects of embracing the law of divine oneness is the realization that every person we meet, every creature we encounter, is an expression of the divine. When we look into the eyes of another, we are seeing a reflection of the same universal energy that flows through us. This recognition can fundamentally shift how we relate to others, bringing more compassion, empathy, and love into our interactions. This practice of recognizing the divine in others is often referred to as seeing the soul or seeing the face of God in every person. It is a deeply spiritual approach to relationships that invites us to look beyond external appearances, behaviors, or beliefs and connect with the essence of each person. To begin this practice, try the following steps. 1. See beyond the surface. When you interact with someone, whether it's a close friend or a stranger, consciously remind yourself that they are an expression of the divine. Look beyond their outer appearance, actions, or words, and focus on the divine spark within them. This simple shift in perception can transform your relationships, fostering a sense of unity and compassion. 2. Practice non-judgment. Recognizing the divine in others requires us to let go of judgment. When we judge others based on their appearance, beliefs, or actions, we create separation. By practicing non-judgment, we allow ourselves to see others as they truly are, divine beings on their own unique journey. 3. Offer loving kindness. When you engage with others, offer them loving kindness from your heart. Whether you are speaking to them, listening, or simply being in their presence, allow your energy to be one of love and acceptance. This practice not only deepens your connection with others but also reinforces the truth of oneness. Spiritual growth through service to others. Service is a powerful way to embody the law of divine oneness in your daily life. When we serve others, we recognize that we are not separate from those in need, we are part of the same whole. By offering our time, energy, and resources to help others, we contribute to the collective well-being and raise the vibration of the world around us. Service can take many forms, from volunteering for a charitable cause to offering emotional support to a friend. What matters most is the intention behind your actions. When you serve others from a place of love and unity, you align yourself with the flow of universal energy, strengthening your connection to oneness. In many spiritual traditions, service is seen as a form of devotion. By serving others, we are serving the divine, recognizing that the divine exists in every being. This understanding can transform even the simplest acts of service into profound spiritual practices. Here are a few ways to integrate service into your spiritual path. 1. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Find a cause that resonates with you and dedicate time to supporting it. Whether it's helping the homeless, caring for animals, or working to protect the environment, your efforts will contribute to the greater good. 2. Offer acts of kindness in daily life. service doesn't always have to be formal. Simple acts of kindness like helping a neighbor, offering a smile to a stranger, or lending a hand to someone in need, can make a significant impact. 3. Be present for others. Sometimes the greatest service we can offer is simply being fully present for those around us. When we listen with an open heart and offer our support without judgment, we create space for healing and connection. Practical application. Cultivating oneness on the spiritual path. Here are some practices to help you cultivate a deeper sense of oneness on your spiritual journey. 1. Daily meditation. Set aside time each day for meditation, focusing on the experience of oneness. Whether through mindfulness, loving kindness, or non-duality meditation, allow yourself to feel connected to the divine and to all beings. 2. Practice gratitude. Each day reflect on the ways in which you are connected to the world around you. Offer gratitude for the people, animals, and nature that enrich your life. This practice helps reinforce your awareness of oneness. 3. See the divine in others. Make a conscious effort to recognize the divine in every person you encounter. Whether you are interacting with loved ones, colleagues, or strangers, remind yourself that they are an expression of the same universal energy that flows through you. 4. Engage in acts of service. Look for opportunities to serve others in your community or daily life. Whether through formal volunteer work or simple acts of kindness, service reinforces the truth that we are all connected. The spiritual path is one of awakening to the truth of oneness. Through meditation, mindfulness, service, and devotion, we can deepen our connection to the divine and to all beings. As we align with the law of divine oneness, we move beyond the illusion of separation and experience life as a harmonious, interconnected whole. Chapter 7. Embracing diversity within oneness. One of the most beautiful aspects of the law of divine oneness is that it does not diminish the richness of diversity. While oneness teaches that all things are interconnected, it also celebrates the unique expressions of life that make the world vibrant and varied. Embracing the diversity within oneness allows us to honor the individuality of people, cultures, and life forms while recognizing that beneath these differences, we are all connected by the same universal energy. In this chapter, we will explore how diversity enhances our experience of oneness, how to embrace differences with love and respect, and how this understanding can bring about greater harmony in our personal lives and in the world. Unity in diversity, seeing differences as strengths. At first glance, the idea of oneness may seem contradictory to the concept of diversity. How can we be both one and different at the same time? The answer lies in understanding that diversity is not an obstacle to oneness, but rather a vital part of it. Just as a tapestry is made up of many different threads, each contributing to the overall beauty and strength of the fabric, the diversity of life contributes to the richness of the universal whole. In nature, we see countless examples of diversity working in harmony. Ecosystems thrive on the variety of species, each playing its own role in maintaining balance. A rainforest, for example, depends on the diversity of plants, animals, insects, and microorganisms to create a thriving environment. If one species were removed, the entire system could be thrown out of balance. Similarly, human diversity, whether in terms of culture, language, beliefs, or individual traits, enhances the beauty and strength of the human experience. Different perspectives, talents, and ideas contribute to innovation, creativity, and growth. Rather than seeing differences as a source of division, we can learn to see them as essential components of the greater whole, each bringing something unique and valuable to the table. Cultural, spiritual, and individual diversity through the lens of oneness. Cultural diversity is one of the most profound ways in which the world expresses oneness. Throughout history, different cultures have developed unique languages, traditions, and belief systems that reflect their understanding of the world. While these cultural expressions may seem distinct on the surface, they all share a common thread: the desire to connect with something greater than ourselves and to find meaning in the human experience. From a spiritual perspective, the world's many religions and philosophies offer different paths to the same ultimate truth. Whether through meditation, prayer, rituals, or acts of service, spiritual traditions across the globe seek to connect with the divine and to understand the nature of existence. These diverse approaches are all expressions of the same underlying oneness, each offering valuable insights and practices for deepening our connection to the universe. On an individual level, each person is a unique expression of the divine. Our personalities, talents, and experiences shape who we are, and this individuality is something to be celebrated, not diminished. The law of divine oneness reminds us that while we are all connected at a fundamental level, we are also distinct expressions of that oneness, each contributing our own gifts and perspectives to the collective experience. How to celebrate diversity without losing sight of unity. Celebrating diversity while maintaining an awareness of oneness requires us to shift our mindset from one of comparison to one of appreciation. Instead of focusing on how we are different from others, we can learn to appreciate the richness that these differences bring to our lives and to the world. This shift in perspective allows us to embrace diversity with love and respect, seeing it as a reflection of the infinite creativity of the universe. Here are some ways to celebrate diversity without losing sight of unity. 1. Practice open-mindedness. Approach new cultures, ideas, and perspectives with an open mind and heart. Instead of judging or dismissing what is unfamiliar, take the time to learn and understand. This practice fosters respect and curiosity, helping you see the value in different expressions of life. 2. Seek common ground. While it's important to honor differences, it's equally important to recognize the common ground we share with others. Whether it's a shared love for family, a desire for peace, or a connection to nature, finding commonalities helps us remember that we are all part of the same human family. 3. Listen with empathy. When interacting with others who are different from you, practice deep listening. Try to understand their perspective without imposing your own beliefs or assumptions. This creates space for genuine connection and mutual respect. 4. Celebrate individuality. Just as we honor cultural and spiritual diversity, it's important to celebrate the individuality of those around us. Encourage others to express their unique gifts and talents and do the same for yourself. By honoring the individuality of others, we contribute to a more vibrant and harmonious world. 5. Engage in cross-cultural experiences. One of the best ways to embrace diversity is to engage with it directly. Travel, attend cultural festivals, try new foods, or participate in activities that expose you to different ways of life. These experiences help broaden your perspective and deepen your appreciation for the rich tapestry of human existence. The role of tolerance and compassion in embracing diversity. Embracing diversity requires more than just intellectual understanding. It requires tolerance and compassion. Tolerance means accepting and respecting differences, even when we may not fully understand or agree with them. Compassion goes a step further, encouraging us to actively care for others, recognizing that their experiences and struggles are as real and valid as our own. Tolerance is particularly important when it comes to navigating differences in belief systems or lifestyles. In a world that is increasingly interconnected, we are more likely than ever to encounter people with views that differ from our own. The law of divine oneness invites us to approach these differences with an open heart, recognizing that behind every belief or behavior is a person seeking love, understanding, and fulfillment, just like us. Compassion helps us move beyond mere tolerance and into a space of genuine connection. When we practice compassion, we not only accept others as they are, but we also extend kindness and support. Compassion allows us to see beyond the surface differences and recognize the shared humanity that unites us all, bridging the gap between unity and division. While diversity is a source of beauty and strength, it can also be a source of division when misunderstood or feared. In our world today, differences in race, religion, politics, and social values can create tension and conflict. However, the law of divine oneness offers a path forward, a way to bridge the gap between unity and division by recognizing that, at the core, we are all connected. When we understand that we are all part of the same universal energy, it becomes easier to approach differences with curiosity rather than fear. Instead of seeing diversity as a threat, we can begin to see it as an opportunity for learning and growth. This shift in perspective helps us move beyond division and toward a more inclusive, harmonious way of being. Bridging this gap requires conscious effort. It means being willing to engage in difficult conversations, to challenge our own biases, and to practice forgiveness and understanding. It means recognizing that unity does not require uniformity, but rather an appreciation for the richness that diversity brings to the collective whole. Practical application. Embracing diversity in your daily life. Here are some practical steps you can take to embrace diversity while honoring the law of divine oneness. 1. Cultivate cultural awareness. Make an effort to learn about different cultures, belief systems, and ways of life. Read books, watch documentaries, or attend events that expose you to perspectives outside of your own. This practice helps you develop a deeper understanding of the world's rich diversity. 2. Foster inclusive relationships. In your personal and professional life, seek out relationships with people from diverse backgrounds. Build connections based on mutual respect and shared values, while also appreciating the unique experiences and insights that each person brings. 3. Challenge your biases. We all have biases, whether conscious or unconscious. Take time to reflect on your own assumptions and prejudices, and make a conscious effort to challenge them. By doing so, you open yourself up to a more inclusive and expansive way of thinking. 4. Practice compassion and tolerance. In your interactions with others, especially those who are different from you, practice compassion and tolerance. Remember that every person you meet is on their own unique journey, and their experiences and beliefs are valid, even if they differ from your own. 5. Celebrate your own uniqueness. Just as you embrace the diversity of others, remember to celebrate your own individuality. Honor your unique gifts, talents, and experiences, and recognize that you, too, are an essential part of the universal whole. Diversity is not something to be feared or resisted. It is something to be celebrated. By embracing the rich variety of life, we honor the law of divine oneness and contribute to a more inclusive, compassionate, and harmonious world. As we celebrate our differences, we also recognize the underlying unity that connects us all, creating a world where both diversity and oneness can coexist in perfect harmony. Chapter 8. The Role of Forgiveness in Divine Oneness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful spiritual tools for aligning with the law of divine oneness. When we hold on to resentment, anger, or bitterness, we create energetic barriers that separate us from others and from our own inner peace. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is an act of release and healing that restores the flow of connection, allowing us to realign with the truth that we are all one. In this chapter, we will explore the role of forgiveness in embracing oneness, how holding on to anger and resentment creates division, and practical steps to cultivate forgiveness for yourself and others. Letting go of resentment to restore connection. Resentment, anger, and grudges are forms of emotional separation. When we hold on to these feelings, we are reinforcing the belief that we are separate from those who have hurt us. In some ways, resentment is a form of self-protection. It creates an emotional wall that shields us from further pain. However, this wall also keeps us disconnected from others and from the deeper truth of oneness. The law of divine oneness teaches that separation is an illusion. While it may feel like holding on to anger gives us power over those who have wronged us, in reality, it only harms us. Carrying resentment is like holding on to a heavy burden. It drains our energy, clouds our perception, and keeps us stuck in the past. Forgiveness is the key to letting go of this burden. When we forgive, we release the emotional weight that has been holding us back, allowing us to move forward with greater freedom and peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior or forgetting the pain we've experienced. Rather, it is a conscious decision to release the grip that resentment has on our hearts. By forgiving, we realign ourselves with the energy of oneness. We recognize that the person who hurt us is also on their own journey, facing their own challenges and pain. In this way, forgiveness is an act of compassion, not just for others but for ourselves. Forgiveness as a path to personal and collective healing. Forgiveness is not only a personal act of healing, it also contributes to collective healing. When we hold on to anger or resentment, we contribute to the energy of division in the world. Our unresolved emotions ripple out into our relationships and communities, creating an atmosphere of tension and disconnection. On the other hand, when we choose to forgive, we shift our energy toward unity and healing. This shift in energy has a ripple effect, influencing not only our own well-being but also the well-being of those around us. When we forgive, we create space for reconciliation, understanding, and peace to flourish. From a collective standpoint, widespread forgiveness has the potential to heal larger societal and global wounds. Many conflicts, whether personal, cultural, or political, are rooted in unresolved pain and the unwillingness to forgive. Imagine the transformative power of forgiveness on a global scale. If more people and nations chose to let go of past grievances, the world could move toward greater harmony, cooperation, and peace. The universal impact of forgiving others. The law of divine oneness teaches that we are all connected, and what we do to others, we ultimately do to ourselves. This principle is particularly evident in the act of forgiveness. When we forgive someone, we release the negative energy that ties us to them, allowing both ourselves and the other person to heal. In this way, forgiveness benefits not only the person being forgiven but also the one doing the forgiving. Holding on to resentment creates a cycle of negative energy that affects every aspect of our lives. It impacts our relationships, our physical health, and our overall sense of well-being. Studies have shown that people who struggle to forgive tend to experience higher levels of stress, anxiety, and even physical illness. Conversely, those who practice forgiveness experience greater emotional and physical health, along with a deeper sense of inner peace. Forgiving others is an act of love, not just for them but for ourselves and the universe as a whole. When we forgive, we align ourselves with the higher vibrations of love, compassion, and understanding. This higher vibration lifts us out of the density of anger and resentment, bringing us closer to the truth of oneness. Self-forgiveness, healing the relationship with yourself. While forgiving others is important, self-forgiveness is equally essential for embracing oneness. Many of us carry guilt, shame, or regret for past actions, and this internalized self-judgment can create a deep sense of separation within ourselves. We may feel unworthy of love, disconnected from our own inner divinity, or trapped in cycles of self-blame. The law of divine oneness reminds us that we are inherently connected to the divine, and nothing we have done can change that. Self-forgiveness is the process of releasing the negative judgments we hold against ourselves and returning to a state of self-compassion and acceptance. It allows us to heal the wounds we've carried and to recognize that, like all beings, we are worthy of love and forgiveness. Here are some practical steps to cultivate self-forgiveness. 1. Acknowledge your mistakes. Begin by acknowledging the actions or choices that you feel guilt or regret over. It's important to face these feelings honestly, without minimizing or rationalizing them. By bringing them into the light, you can begin the process of healing. 2. Practice self-compassion. Remember that you, like everyone else, are human and will make mistakes. Instead of judging yourself harshly, practice self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend who is struggling. 3. Release the past. Self-forgiveness is about releasing the past so that you can move forward with greater clarity and peace. This doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but rather, letting go of the emotional burden you've been carrying. Visualize yourself releasing this burden, and affirm your intention to forgive yourself. 4. Affirm your worthiness. Remind yourself that you are worthy of love, healing, and forgiveness. This may involve repeating affirmations such as, "I forgive myself," or "I am deserving of love and compassion." Over time, these affirmations help shift your inner narrative from one of guilt to one of self-acceptance. Practical steps to cultivate forgiveness in daily life. Forgiveness is a practice, and like any practice, it requires patience, intention, and consistency. Here are some practical steps you can take to cultivate forgiveness in your daily life, both for yourself and for others. 1. Reflect on the benefits of forgiveness. When you find yourself holding on to resentment, take a moment to reflect on the benefits of forgiveness. How would forgiving this person or situation free you emotionally? How would it improve your relationships or bring more peace into your life? By focusing on the positive impact of forgiveness, you can shift your mindset toward healing. 2. Practice empathy. Try to see the situation from the other person's perspective. What might have caused them to act the way they did? Are there underlying fears, pain, or insecurities driving their behavior? While this doesn't excuse harmful actions, it can help you develop a sense of empathy and understanding, which makes forgiveness easier. 3. Use visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool for releasing resentment. Close your eyes and imagine the person who hurt you standing before you. Visualize yourself offering them forgiveness, and see the negative energy between you dissolving into light. Feel the emotional weight lift from your heart as you let go of the past. 4. Write a forgiveness letter. Writing a letter to the person who hurt you, even if you never send it, can be a cathartic way to process your emotions and begin the forgiveness journey. In the letter, express your feelings openly, and then affirm your intention to forgive and release the situation. 5. Forgiveness meditation. Incorporate forgiveness into your meditation practice. As you sit in stillness, bring to mind any person or situation you need to forgive. Repeat the words, "I forgive you, I release you, I wish you peace." Allow these words to resonate in your heart as you let go of any remaining tension or resentment. The ripple effect of forgiveness. Forgiveness has a profound ripple effect. When we forgive, we release the negative energy that keeps us stuck in cycles of anger and hurt, and this shift in energy not only impacts us but also those around us. When we approach others with forgiveness, we invite them to do the same. This creates a ripple of healing that can spread through families, communities, and even nations. The ripple effect of forgiveness also extends into the collective consciousness. As more people choose to forgive, the energy of division, resentment, and conflict begins to dissolve, making way for a more harmonious and compassionate world. By practicing forgiveness, we contribute to the elevation of the collective vibration, aligning humanity with the truth of oneness. Forgiveness is a powerful path to healing, both for ourselves and for the world. Through the practice of forgiveness, we release the emotional barriers that separate us from others and from our own inner peace. As we embrace forgiveness, we align ourselves with the law of divine oneness, restoring the flow of connection, compassion, and love that binds us all. Chapter 9. Manifesting from a place of oneness. Manifestation, the process of bringing our desires into reality, is often thought of as a personal pursuit, where individuals use their thoughts, intentions, and actions to attract what they want. But when viewed through the lens of the law of divine oneness, manifestation takes on a deeper, more connected meaning. Manifesting from a place of oneness isn't just about fulfilling personal desires. It's about aligning your desires with the greater good, tapping into the collective energy of the universe, and contributing positively to the whole. In this chapter, we'll explore how to manifest in harmony with the law of divine oneness, why intention matters, and how aligning your desires with the collective good can bring about more meaningful, abundant results. How understanding oneness affects manifestation. The law of divine oneness teaches us that we are all interconnected. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions affect not only ourselves but also the entire web of life. This understanding has profound implications for the process of manifestation. When we recognize that we are part of a greater whole, our approach to creating and attracting what we desire shifts. We become more mindful of the energy we put out into the universe, and we align our desires with the collective well-being. Many people approach manifestation from a place of individualism, seeking personal success, wealth, or happiness without considering the impact of their desires on others or the world around them. While it's natural to want things for ourselves, manifesting from a place of oneness invites us to go deeper. It asks us to consider not just what we want, but how our desires align with the greater good. Are we contributing positively to the world? Are we creating harmony or discord? When we manifest from a place of oneness, we recognize that the universe is abundant and that there is enough for everyone. We no longer operate from a mindset of scarcity or competition, but rather from a place of trust that what is meant for us will flow to us in divine timing. This shift in perspective allows us to attract what we need without taking away from others. In fact, manifesting in alignment with oneness often amplifies abundance for all, because the energy we put out is cooperative, loving, and expansive. Aligning your desires with the greater good. Manifesting from oneness requires us to align our desires with the greater good of the universe. This doesn't mean that you can't want personal success or happiness. It simply means that your desires should be in harmony with the well-being of others and the world around you. Here are some questions to ask yourself when setting intentions for manifestation. 1. How does my desire benefit others? Consider how your goals and desires might positively impact those around you. For example, if you're manifesting financial abundance, Ask yourself how that abundance might allow you to contribute to your community or support causes that matter to you. When your desires benefit more than just yourself, you align with the flow of universal energy. 2. Is my desire in harmony with nature and the planet? The natural world is a reflection of oneness, and our actions impact the environment. When manifesting, think about how your desires align with the well-being of the planet. Are you seeking things that support sustainability and harmony with nature, or are you contributing to environmental harm? By aligning your desires with the Earth's well-being, you tap into a deeper source of universal support. 3. Does my desire come from love or fear? Manifestation is most powerful when it comes from a place of love, not fear. If your desires are motivated by fear of scarcity, rejection, or failure, then the energy you are putting out is not in alignment with oneness. Take time to reflect on whether your desires are driven by love, expansion, and compassion, both for yourself and others. When you manifest from love, you attract higher vibrational outcomes that benefit the whole. By aligning your desires with the greater good, you not only ensure that your manifestations contribute positively to the world, but you also increase the likelihood of those desires coming to fruition. When you manifest in harmony with oneness, you are working with the flow of the universe rather than against it, and this alignment creates a powerful magnet for abundance, success, and fulfillment. The power of collective intentions and manifestation. Manifesting from a place of oneness is even more powerful when done collectively. When a group of people comes together with shared intentions, the energy is amplified, and the results can be profound. This is the basis of group meditations, prayer circles, and collective manifestations, where the combined energy of the group creates a ripple effect that influences the collective consciousness. The power of collective intention is well documented. Studies have shown that when large groups of people meditate or pray with a shared intention, such as for peace or healing, there is a measurable reduction in violence, conflict, and stress in the surrounding area. This phenomenon, sometimes called the Maharishi effect, demonstrates the tangible impact of collective manifestation on the physical world. If you want to experience the power of collective manifestation, consider joining a group of like-minded individuals who share your intentions. This could be a meditation group, a spiritual community, or even a group of friends who come together to set positive intentions for each other and the world. When we manifest together, our individual desires become part of a greater whole, creating a powerful synergy that can bring about extraordinary change. Manifesting abundance for yourself and others. One of the most common desires people have is to manifest abundance, whether in the form of wealth, opportunities, or personal fulfillment. When viewed through the lens of oneness, abundance is not something to be hoarded or guarded. It is something to be shared and spread. The universe is infinitely abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone. When you manifest abundance for yourself, you also create opportunities to share that abundance with others, contributing to the collective flow of prosperity. Here are some ways to manifest abundance in alignment with oneness. 1. Focus on gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful magnet for abundance. When you focus on the abundance you already have, whether it's financial, emotional, or spiritual, you create a vibration of appreciation that attracts more of the same. Practice daily gratitude for the blessings in your life, and as you attract more abundance, make a point of sharing that abundance with others. 2. Be a source of abundance for others. One of the most effective ways to manifest abundance is to give it. When you are generous with your time, energy, and resources, you contribute to the collective flow of abundance, and this energy returns to you in unexpected ways. Whether it's donating to a cause you care about, helping someone in need, or offering support to a friend, acts of generosity align you with the energy of oneness. 3. Trust in the flow of the universe. Manifesting abundance from oneness requires trust. Trust that the universe will provide what you need when you need it, and trust that there is enough for everyone. When you operate from a mindset of trust and abundance, rather than scarcity or competition, you open the doors for greater flow and prosperity in your life. 4. Set intentions for collective prosperity. When setting your personal goals for abundance, include an intention for the prosperity of others. Visualize not only your own success but also the success of your community, your loved ones, and the world. By expanding your vision to include the well-being of others, you align your energy with the greater good and tap into a more powerful source of abundance. Creating abundance for the greater good. Manifestation is a co-creative process, where your desires interact with the energy of the universe to bring about the outcomes you seek. When you manifest from a place of oneness, you recognize that your desires are part of a larger picture, and you use your power of creation for the benefit of all. Creating abundance for the greater good can take many forms. It might involve using your financial resources to support causes that matter to you, sharing your knowledge and skills to help others succeed, or simply offering kindness and support to those around you. When you approach manifestation with the intention of contributing to the well-being of others, you create a cycle of abundance that benefits both you and the world. Here are a few ways to create abundance for the greater good. 1. Contribute to causes you care about. If you are manifesting financial abundance, consider setting aside a portion of your resources to support charitable organizations or community projects. This not only contributes to the greater good but also reinforces the flow of abundance in your life. 2. Share your skills and knowledge. Abundance isn't just about material wealth. If you have expertise in a particular area, consider sharing it with others. Offering mentorship, teaching, or support can help others thrive, creating a ripple effect of abundance. 3. Foster a spirit of cooperation. In your personal and professional life, look for opportunities to collaborate and uplift others. When we work together in a spirit of cooperation, we create a sense of shared abundance, where everyone benefits from the success of the whole. Manifesting from a place of oneness is about more than just fulfilling personal desires. It's about aligning your intentions with the greater good, contributing to the collective flow of abundance, and trusting in the infinite possibilities of the universe. By manifesting in harmony with the law of divine oneness, you not only create a more abundant and fulfilling life for yourself, but you also uplift those around you, contributing to a more harmonious and prosperous world. Chapter 10. Living in alignment with the law of divine oneness. Living in alignment with the law of divine oneness is more than a philosophical or spiritual concept. It is a way of being that transforms how we interact with the world. As we deepen our understanding of this law, we begin to see that everything we think, say, and do contributes to the energy of the universe, affecting not only our lives but also the collective consciousness. This chapter will explore practical ways to integrate the law of divine oneness into your daily life, so you can live with a greater sense of purpose, connection, and harmony. Daily practices to strengthen your connection to oneness. Living in alignment with oneness requires conscious effort and daily practice. It is about becoming more mindful of your thoughts, emotions, and actions and recognizing the impact they have on the world around you. Here are some daily practices to help you strengthen your connection to the law of divine oneness. 1. Start the day with gratitude. Begin each day by reflecting on the interconnectedness of all things. As you wake up, take a moment to express gratitude for the people, the opportunities, and the world around you. Gratitude shifts your energy into a state of abundance and reminds you of the blessings that flow from the unity of life. 2. Mindful breathing. Throughout the day, practice mindful breathing to center yourself and reconnect with the flow of life. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in the energy of the universe. As you exhale, visualize releasing any tension or negativity. This simple practice helps you remain present and grounded in the truth of oneness. 3. Acts of kindness. Make a conscious effort to perform small acts of kindness for others. Whether it's offering a smile to a stranger, helping a friend, or simply listening with compassion, these acts reinforce the interconnectedness of life. Each time you show kindness, you send ripples of positive energy into the universe. 4. Meditation on unity. Set aside time each day to meditate on the concept of unity. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and visualize yourself as part of a vast, interconnected web of life. Feel the energy of the universe flowing through you and connecting you to all beings. This meditation helps dissolve the illusion of separation and strengthens your awareness of oneness. 5. Reflect on your impact. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on how your actions, words, and thoughts contributed to the collective energy. Did you act in alignment with the law of divine oneness, or were there moments of disconnection? This reflection allows you to learn from your experiences and make adjustments for the future. How to act with the awareness of interconnectedness. Once we understand the law of divine oneness, it becomes clear that every action we take has an impact, whether on ourselves, others, or the world as a whole. Acting with the awareness of interconnectedness means being mindful of the energy we bring into our interactions and making choices that reflect unity, compassion, and love. 1. Cultivate non-judgment. One of the biggest barriers to living in alignment with oneness is judgment. When we judge others, we create separation. Instead, practice seeing people for who they are, unique expressions of the divine. Recognize that everyone is on their own journey, and approach them with empathy and understanding rather than judgment. 2. Be present in your relationships. Whether with family, friends, or colleagues, be fully present in your relationships. Listen deeply, engage with compassion, and avoid distractions. When you are present, you honor the connection you share with others, reinforcing the energy of oneness in your interactions. 3. Make conscious choices. Every choice you make has an impact on the world. From the food you eat to the products you buy to the way you treat others, your decisions contribute to the energy of the collective. Make choices that reflect your values and support the well-being of others and the planet. By acting consciously, you align your life with the flow of oneness. 4. Practice forgiveness. Holding on to resentment or anger creates energetic separation. Practice forgiveness, both for yourself and others, to restore the flow of connection. Forgiveness is a powerful way to release negative energy and realign yourself with the truth of oneness. Living a purposeful life in harmony with the universe. Living in alignment with the law of divine oneness brings a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. When we recognize that we are part of something greater than ourselves, we begin to approach life with more intention and clarity. Our actions become less about personal gain and more about contributing to the well-being of the collective. Here are some ways to live a purposeful life in harmony with the universe. 1. Set intentions for the greater good. When setting goals or intentions, think beyond your own desires. Ask yourself how your actions or successes can contribute to the greater good. By aligning your intentions with the well-being of others, you create a powerful synergy that enhances your personal fulfillment while benefiting the world. 2. Follow your intuition. Intuition is the voice of the universe guiding you toward your highest potential. By tuning into your inner wisdom and following your intuitive nudges, you align yourself with the flow of life. Trust that your intuition is leading you toward the path that is most aligned with your purpose and the collective good. 3. Embrace collaboration. Collaboration is a natural expression of oneness. Whether in your work, your community, or your relationships, look for opportunities to collaborate and co-create with others. When we come together with shared intentions, we amplify the energy of oneness and achieve greater results than we could on our own. 4. Give back to the world. One of the most fulfilling ways to live in alignment with oneness is to give back to the world. Whether through volunteering, mentoring, or supporting causes you care about, giving back allows you to contribute to the collective flow of love, abundance, and compassion. By sharing your gifts and resources, you help uplift others and create positive change in the world. The ripple effect. How your alignment affects the world. When you live in alignment with the law of divine oneness, your actions, thoughts, and energy have a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate surroundings. Just as a pebble dropped into a pond creates waves that spread out in all directions, your energy influences the collective consciousness. This ripple effect can be seen in the way your kindness, love, and compassion inspire others to act with the same qualities. When you show up as your highest self, you create a space for others to do the same. Your alignment with oneness raises the vibration of those around you, contributing to a more harmonious and peaceful world. On a larger scale, the ripple effect of your actions can influence the global consciousness. As more individuals awaken to the truth of oneness and begin to live in alignment with this law, the collective energy shifts toward unity, cooperation, and love. This is how real change happens, not through force or control, but through the cumulative power of individuals living in harmony with the universe. The role of surrender in living with oneness. Surrender is an essential part of living in alignment with the law of divine oneness. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or being passive. Rather, It is about releasing the need to control outcomes and trusting in the flow of life. When we surrender, we let go of resistance and allow the universe to guide us toward what is in our highest good. Here are a few ways to practice surrender in your life. 1. Trust the timing of the universe. Life unfolds in its own time, and sometimes things don't happen as quickly or in the way we expect. Practice trusting the timing of the universe, knowing that everything is happening for a reason and that the universe has your back. 2. Release the need for control. Many of us have a tendency to want to control every aspect of our lives, but this need for control creates tension and resistance. Instead, practice letting go of control and trusting that the universe knows what's best for you. This doesn't mean you stop taking action, but rather that you release attachment to specific outcomes. 3. Embrace uncertainty. Life is full of uncertainties, and part of living in alignment with oneness is being comfortable with the unknown. Embrace uncertainty as part of the journey, and trust that the universe will guide you toward the right path, even when the way forward isn't clear. Practical application. Living with oneness in everyday life. Here are some simple but powerful ways to live in alignment with the law of divine oneness every day. 1. Start each day with intention. Before you begin your day, set an intention to live in alignment with oneness. This could be as simple as committing to be present, kind, or compassionate throughout the day. 2. Connect with nature. Nature is one of the most tangible expressions of oneness. Spend time in nature, whether it's a walk in the park or simply sitting outside, and observe the interconnectedness of all living things. This practice helps you remember your own connection to the natural world. 3. Be mindful of your energy. Throughout the day, check in with your energy. Are you acting from a place of love, compassion, and unity, or are you operating from fear, anger, or judgment? By being mindful of your energy, you can make conscious choices that align with oneness. 4. Celebrate the small moments of connection. Pay attention to the small moments of connection you experience each day, whether it's a kind word exchanged with a stranger, a shared laugh with a friend, or a moment of stillness in nature. These moments are reminders of the oneness that underlies all of life. Living in alignment with the law of divine oneness is a lifelong practice that brings greater purpose, joy, and harmony to your life. As you integrate this law into your daily experience, you will find that you are not only creating a more fulfilling life for yourself but also contributing to the well-being of the collective. By living with the awareness of oneness, you become a beacon of light, helping to uplift and inspire the world around you. Conclusion: becoming one with all. As we come to the end of this exploration of the law of divine oneness, it's clear that this universal principle touches every aspect of our lives. From the way we think and feel to how we act and interact with others, everything is interconnected. The realization of oneness transforms not just our spiritual understanding, but also how we live day to day, making our choices more mindful and our lives more purposeful. The journey toward embracing oneness is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's a continuous process of awakening to the truth that we are all connected, parts of a larger whole that includes every person, every living being, and even the universe itself. This awareness brings with it a sense of responsibility but also a sense of immense possibility. When we live in alignment with the law of divine oneness, we tap into a source of infinite energy and potential that can uplift not only ourselves but the entire world. How embracing oneness transforms your life. By understanding and living according to the law of divine oneness, we begin to see that life is not a random series of events but a beautifully orchestrated dance of interconnectedness. The thoughts we think, the energy we emit, and the actions we take all ripple out into the universe, influencing the collective consciousness. As we align more fully with this law, we shift from feeling isolated and separate to feeling deeply connected, supported, and purposeful. This shift in perspective affects all areas of life. 1. Relationships. When we embrace oneness, our relationships become more compassionate, empathetic, and harmonious. We recognize that each person is a reflection of ourselves, and we approach interactions with kindness and understanding. Even conflicts and challenges become opportunities for growth, as we see them as part of the greater tapestry of life. 2. Personal growth. Living in alignment with oneness encourages continual growth and self-improvement. We become more aware of our thoughts and actions and how they impact the world. This awareness leads us to cultivate positive qualities such as gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion, which in turn attract more love, abundance, and joy into our lives. 3. Manifestation. When we manifest from a place of oneness, we align our desires with the greater good of the universe. This not only makes our manifestations more powerful but also more fulfilling, as we know that we are contributing to the well-being of others and the planet. We manifest with the knowledge that the universe is abundant and that there is enough for everyone. 4. Inner peace. Perhaps one of the most profound transformations that comes from embracing oneness is a deep sense of inner peace. When we realize that we are part of something greater than ourselves, we no longer feel the need to control or resist life. We trust in the flow of the universe and surrender to the natural rhythms of existence, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The role of oneness in global healing. The law of divine oneness not only transforms individual lives but also holds the key to healing our collective world. In a time where division, conflict, and misunderstanding seem pervasive, the realization of oneness can be a powerful antidote. As more people awaken to this truth, the energy of unity, compassion, and cooperation will spread, dissolving the barriers of separation that have caused so much suffering. Global healing begins with individual healing. As each of us commits to living in alignment with oneness, we contribute to the elevation of the collective consciousness. By choosing to act from love rather than fear, to forgive rather than hold grudges, and to give rather than take, we help create a ripple effect that can lead to profound change in our communities and beyond. Imagine a world where individuals and nations alike approach each other with the understanding that we are all connected, that the pain of one is the pain of all, and the joy of one is the joy of all. In such a world, cooperation would replace competition, and compassion would replace judgment. This is the potential that the law of divine oneness offers us. A world where love, unity, and peace are not just ideals but lived realities. Moving forward with a deeper understanding of your place in the universe. As you move forward from this exploration of oneness, the most important thing to remember is that the journey toward oneness is ongoing. There will be moments of deep connection where you feel the presence of unity in all things, and there will be moments when the illusion of separation creeps back in. Both are natural parts of the human experience. The key is to keep returning to the truth of oneness, no matter how many times you stray from it. Every thought of compassion, every act of kindness, and every moment of forgiveness is a step toward deeper alignment with the law of divine oneness. Trust that you are always connected to the universe, even when you don't feel it, and that your journey is a vital part of the collective awakening. Here are some final reminders to guide you as you continue your journey. 1. Stay present. The present moment is where oneness is experienced. When you feel disconnected or overwhelmed, bring yourself back to the present through mindful breathing, meditation, or simply by focusing on what's right in front of you. 2. Trust in the process. Life is a continuous process of growth and learning. Trust that everything you experience is part of your journey toward oneness, and that even the challenges serve a greater purpose. 3. Continue to cultivate love. Love is the highest expression of oneness. In every situation, ask yourself how you can bring more love into the world, whether through your thoughts, actions, or intentions. Love is the thread that connects us all, and by embodying it, you align yourself with the highest vibration of the universe. 4. Remember your power. You are a powerful creator, and your thoughts, energy, and actions contribute to the world around you. Use your power wisely, and always aim to create from a place of love, compassion, and unity. 5. Connect with others. Oneness is about connection, not isolation. Seek out like-minded individuals who share your desire to live in alignment with oneness. Together, you can amplify each other's energy and contribute to the collective healing and awakening of humanity. As you embrace the law of divine oneness and integrate its principles into your life, you become a beacon of light in a world that deeply needs it. Your actions, thoughts, and energy ripple out into the universe, creating waves of healing, love, and unity. By living in alignment with oneness, you not only transform your own life but also contribute to the awakening of humanity as a whole. Together, we can create a world where oneness is not just an ideal but a lived reality for all.